Welcome back to Real Democracy versus the Illusion of Democracy. Unit 4. What is the biggest influence on people's opportunity to participate? In this unit, we are going to explore the factor that most influences people's opportunity to actually participate in the decision-making processes of society. For once we understand what the biggest limiting factor is to our current forms of democracy, we are then able to focus our attention on changing or correcting it for the purpose of improving the functioning of our democracies. So, what do you think is the biggest factor of day-to-day living that mostly influences or limits the amount of opportunity that people have to participate in their democratic systems? If you guessed money to be the biggest factor or aspect of day-to-day living that influences the extent of people's opportunity to participate in their democratic systems, then you guessed correctly. Why money? Because, like it or not, the money system dominates and therefore defines all other systems such as the education system, the legal system, transportation system, military system, government system, and so on within and throughout most of humanity. Consequently, even though many may believe that our democratic systems of government are designed to be fair and give everyone an equal opportunity, the reality is that no system of government, as of yet, has ever managed to supersede or override the power and control of money. Therefore, as a result of the way the current world system is set up, the more money one has, the more opportunity or power he or she will have to participate in the democratic decision-making processes of society. Remember the saying, money is power? Actually, money is just the representative of power within the world system of humanity. Remember the example of real democracy, wherein 100% of the people had the opportunity to participate equally in 100% of all of the decision-making processes? Imagine how it would be if each person's opportunity to participate in the decision-making processes were based on how much money or wealth each one had. For example, imagine that $1 or 1 yuan equals 1 vote, and the more money each person had, the more votes he or she could cast. Obviously, the people with the most money would end up making most of the rules to administer and control most of society. And even though we might call it a democracy, it still wouldn't be a real democracy of the people, by the people, and for the people. Rather, it would actually be a democracy of the money, by the money, and for the money, representing, for the most part, the people with the most money. Remember, just because we decide to call our governments representative democracies doesn't mean that such democracies are actually set up to represent all of the people equally. Sure, today's democracies are indeed, for the most part, representative democracies. Unfortunately, the degree by which people are actually represented by their democracies is based not on the value of life, but on the value of money. And this, my fellow human beings, is the underlying cause of the devolution of humankind. Now, here are some more questions for you to consider. Number 1. Why do you think people believe their democracies are real or fully functional, even though only a very small percentage of the people are actually permitted to participate in all of the decision-making processes? Number 2, think about how many decisions are made every year in your nation's democracies. Call that D. Now think about how many opportunities all of the people have to participate in those democracies. Call that O. Now divide O by D, O over D, to come up with a grade to give your country's democracy. What's the score? Number 3, do you think that it is fair that people with more money have more opportunity to participate in the decision-making processes of democracies? Why or why not? Number 4, how do you think we could change the world system to remove the power of money from our democracies so that everybody would have the opportunity to participate equally? Number 5, if you could participate in any area, e.g. finance, construction, law, of the decision-making processes of your democracy, which areas would you participate? Why?